Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of this channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 89 in the N.A.R.C.N Network series. And the topic of episode 89 is going to be attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, attention deficit disorder, bipolar disorder, dissociative identity disorder, and all of the links between these disorders and N.P.D narcissism. So what I've been doing over the past little while is I've been doing a lot of research on the network into the other disorders that usually tag along with narcissistic personality disorder. And as I've been going through all the things that I've been learning here over the past number of months, one of the things I'm starting to notice in studying all these different disorders is the factor that they all have some type of connective link between them, whereas some of the parameters of each disorder may overlap in some actual way with another disorder, or more in particular, they have overlapping factors that overlap with narcissistic personality disorder. So, as it turns out, people who have narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, I'm talking about clinical narcissists here, it seems that when they get diagnosed with this officially by a therapist, that when they are presenting with narcissistic personality disorder, they usually present with a package of a whole bunch of other disorders that seem to be mixed in there with their N.P.D. So, commonly the disorders that come up with this are bipolar personality disorder or borderline disorder. These are two things that commonly show up in a lot of N.P.D patients, and science is just beginning to see the links between these things because, of course, some of the elements that affect an N.P.D sufferer's brain can also affect them in a way where they affect a person who has bipolar personality disorder or borderline disorder. Some of the actual characteristics are common between N.P.D sufferers and B.P.D sufferers as well. As well here, commonly, N.P.D people often exhibit A.D.H.D within their diagnosis as well too. This comes from a lack of course, if we know something about A.D.H.D, or any of you out there know stuff about A.D.H.D, part of the lack of attention that is part of the A.D.H.D sufferer also presents itself within narcissistic personality disorder at times. Not with every single N.P.D patient, but with many N.P.D patients it's also present in there at the same time as well. And like I said, as we see here, and as I've been studying here across the board with all these disorders, I'm noticing very distinctive links between these disorders. And also I've been reading a lot of scientific factual stuff on the links between these disorders and between narcissism and N.P.D itself. And of course another disorder here as well too that also factors into N.P.D disorder as well too can be dissociative identity disorder, or as we know, D.I.D. There are different forms of D.I.D out there, and they affect sufferers in different ways. But most commonly, the D.I.D sufferer presents with multiple personalities that may not be aware of each other. It's very similar in some ways to schizophrenic personality disorder, except that it's not a complete shift between each personality, where a person with schizophrenic disorder will switch from one personality into another personality, and that personality is not aware of the other one. Within D.I.D disorder, commonly the sufferers are aware of their other personalities, and those personalities that come forth are present at the same time with their primary personality, even though it may be a secondary personality stepping forward into the forefront to deal with things in life during stressful situations and things of this nature. So this is another disorder that is presenting alongside narcissistic personality disorder, quite often with a lot of sufferers. Now, I'm not saying that this is present at all times with all narcissistic personality disorder sufferers. It's not. But we are finding through science that commonly it is presenting itself quite often in a lot of patients along with their N.P.D. And like I was saying before, bipolar disorder is presenting commonly. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, A.D.H.D, it's presenting quite commonly, as well as many other disorders like anxiety disorder and things of that nature. These are all being presented at the same time in narcissistic personality disorder sufferers, and we're starting to see scientific links between all this stuff, of course, because these particular disorders, some of them involve common parts of the brain that may not be functioning properly within narcissistic personality patients. And because of this, some of these disorders have overlapping points that may commonly, be shared with whatever's going on with that N.P.D. sufferer. And this is where we're starting to see correlated links between these things as we're studying, or as science is studying these things and starting to understand narcissism much better and N.P.D. disorder much better. So it's really an evolving science pretty much as we go here, as we learn more and more and more about the condition of narcissism and about how N.P.D. people behave and how they are affected and how their brains work. But we're starting to see more and more and more of this as we go, and more common links between other disorders that affect the N.P.D. sufferer as well too. And as we go through this and as I learn more about this, I'm going to talk to you guys on this channel a little bit more about the specifics of those disorders and how each one may be linked to narcissistic personality disorder. So this is probably a part 1 of this particular episode related to this particular title. But as we go, I'll keep you guys informed a little bit more as I learn more particular specific things about how these disorders are linked with each other. And hopefully this might give you guys some insight into a narcissist that you're dealing with, or just an individual that you might suspect of being a narcissist that you're dealing with, and help you understand a little bit better what might be going on with those individuals. I myself, having been studying this or restudying narcissism and these other disorders over the past 2 years or so, I'm starting to comprehend the things that are interrelated within a lot of these things as well a lot better, and this is giving me quite a bit of new insight into the way the narcissistic personality disorder sufferer's brain actually works. And my goal here is to, of course, keep you guys as enlightened as I can on the N.A.R.C.N network about current stuff, current scientific stuff that's coming up related to narcissism as well too. And hopefully this will help you guys out in some particular way on the channel to understand narcissism much better. So this has been episode 89. We'll call it part 1. Hopefully I'll have some new stuff related to this particular episode coming up shortly, so keep an eye out for that. But I've got some other content coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network and also the Unmasking Narcissist channel, so I'll say to you guys, stay tuned. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in some upcoming episodes really soon.